Hello, welcome to Business Zero to Superhero, your one-stop shop for everything entrepreneurial. I'm Graham Jules, and in this video we'll be looking at: is a verbal agreement a binding contract? Many business deals have been finalised on a handshake alone. When two people trust each other and are eager to move forward with working together, the formalities of paperwork and agreements can often be forgotten. But what happens when things go wrong? Can the handshake or verbal agreement be binding? This video looks at the consequences of verbal agreements. Here we go. General thinking, verbal agreements. The general thinking amongst many entrepreneurs is that if there's no agreement, then the deal is unenforceable. This has led to many disagreements and fallouts when the verbal agreement is not adhered to. Unscrupulous entrepreneurs may make false promises with the hope of going back on their promise by claiming a lack of a signed contract. The idea that lack of a signed agreement means there's no contract is wrong. In the eyes of the law, there is no requirement for a written agreement, although a signed contract certainly helps if you want to prove what was agreed in the first place. Elements of a contract. There must be some kind of offer. For example, I'll sell my shoes for $40. There must be acceptance of the offer. For example, okay, let's do it, the handshake. There must be an intention to create a contract. For example, you're looking to buy shoes, I'm looking to sell shoes. There must be consideration. For example, something in exchange, usually money, but not always. There must be clear terms. For example, I will give you the shoes if you give me the money. If you have all of these, the chances are you have a valid contract, whether you have a written agreement or not. Carlyle and Carbolic Smoke Ball Company, 1893. We can say this with reasonable certainty because of past case law, in particular the case Carlyle and Carbolic Smoke Ball Company. In this case, which dates back to 1893, the smoke ball company advertised in a newspaper that if any customer caught an illness after using their smoke ball in accordance with the instructions, they would be rewarded with £100. A customer used the smoke ball and caught the flu shortly after. In court, the company claims that there was not a valid agreement in place since the offer was too vague with no notice of acceptance. The court rejected the company's assertion. Although this does highlight that there is not a necessity for a signed agreement to form a contract, it's important to understand that some offers may not be offers at all, but are classed as invitations to treat, or a kind of pre-offer communication. Examples of this would be a shop display or someone who says, I may sell to you, so you do have to be careful as to the circumstances. Other considerations. Promissory estoppel, a promise in contract law. Promissory estoppel is a method in contract law that allows someone to claim damages if a party goes back on a promise, even without a legal contract. The requirements for promissory estoppel are as follows. The promiser made a significant promise that caused the other party to act on it. The other party relied on the promise. The other party suffered damages as a result of the promise. Fulfillment of the promise is the only way the other party can be compensated. The elements of this were laid out in an English contract law case way back in 1947 called Central London Property Trust and High Trees House Limited. The elements show that consideration, i.e. something of value given in exchange, is not required for promissory estoppel. This means it's feasible that a court could award damages even in the absence of payment and a legal contract. Final thoughts. As an entrepreneur, you should be careful and be wary of any situation that involves making a significant promise without a signed agreement. Lack of an agreement does not automatically mean you can back out of any details of the promises made, especially if the other party is likely to suffer loss as a result. Please note, this video is not legal advice. Always seek advice from a qualified legal professional in your jurisdiction. Don't forget to like and subscribe on the bad boy below if you find this video useful. Also, check out the links below for more info on Pop-Up World, the Pop-Up World token, and Pop-Up World staking. See you later.